Now, question, let f be a function defined on a set of non-negative integers and taking values in the same set. Okay, given that first part, x minus f of x is equal to 19 greatest integer function of x 19 minus 90 f of x by 90 for all non-negative integers, and second part is given as 1900 less than f of 1990 less than 2000. Find sum of all possible values of f of 1990. So if you see the question, this is the question given to me. F is a function defined, and x minus f of x is equal to 19 into greatest integer function of x upon 19 minus 90 into greatest integer function of f of x upon 90 for all non-negative integers. So they have said that for all non-negative integers, this is the data that is given to me. Okay, this is the data that is given to me, and 1900 less than f of 1990 is this. Now, सबसे पहले I have to find the possible values of f of 1990. Now, I have understood that this resembles f of x. This f of 1990 resembles f of x. Since this resembles f of x, okay, since this resembles f of x, what am I supposed to do? Since this resembles f of x, okay, since this resembles f of x and f of x के नीचे 90 दिए, see what I'm going to do. सबसे पहले here what I'll do is this equation, okay, this equation 1900 less than f of 1990 less than 2000. So to get a common part, okay, to get a common part beyond them, f of x के नीचे 90 चाहिए. What I'll do is I'll divide by 90. I'll divide throughout by 90, so that at least I have f of x upon 90. Let's divide by 90. This will become 1900 divided by 90 less than f of 1990 divided by 90 less than 2000 divided by 90. If I cancel this, okay, I know that 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 1 is 9.11. This, guys, I can't do anything. This will become 1990 upon 90 less than, ये निकल गया, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 2 is 18 point again, तो 22.22 हो जाएगा. अब this is nothing but in greatest integer. Now if I put greatest integer, see this, So I'll take greatest integer 21.11 less than greatest integer function of f of 1990 upon 90 greater than greatest integer function of 22.22. 22.22. So now I know that greatest integer function, okay, this is the data that is given to you. अब f of 90 upon 90 क्या हो सकता है? This is the data that is, sorry, f of x is, हाँ, this is the data, f of 1900 less than equal to and less than equal to, okay. So what I'll do is कि f of 1990 को what we will do is यहाँ पे ना एक काम कर ऐसे ले लो, take greater less than equal to, we take this. So I will get that f of 1990 upon 90 का दो वैल्यू रहेगा, either 21 रहेगा या तो 22 रहेगा, because greatest integer function of 21.11 is 21, greatest integer function of 22.22 is 22. Now this is the value. What I'll do is I'll substitute this in equation 1. I'll substitute this value in equation 1. Now if I substitute in equation 1, okay, if I substitute this value in equation 1, so see what will happen. My equation 1 is this, okay, x minus. Now I know that x ka value is 1990. X ka value, because we know that यहाँ पे x ka value is 1990. Okay, I have to find f of 1990. So my equation will become, in the first equation will become 1990 minus f of 1990 is equal to 19 into 1990 divided by 19 minus 90 into, now this value, it will be 21 or 22. It will be 21 or 22. So I'll have to substitute 21 or 22 value. I have to substitute 21 or 22. So we will solve it 21 first. So where we'll take this value as 21. तो पहले हम लोग 21 पे सॉल्व करेंगे. अगर मैंने 21 पे सॉल्व किया, दिस विल बिकम 1990 माइनस f of 1990 is equal to 1990, 19 into 1990, okay, 19 into 190 will become, this will become 19 times 105, 104. So 1990, see 1990, if I divide by 19, 19 times 1 is 19, 19 times 4 is 76, 14 point something. If I get 14 point something, guys, if I get 14 point something, 104, sorry, 104 point something, I'm so sorry, 104 point something. So this will become 19 in 104 minus 90 into 21. क्या हुआ? मुझे गलत है क्या? Now, (1990) minus f of 1990 is equal to 104 times 19. 1900 plus 76 will become 1976. I think that will 1904. If I compare 1904 to 19 into 100 will become 1900 plus 76. I think that will become 1976. You can check the calculation. Okay, 1976 minus 19 times 20 is 1800. तो यहाँ पे लिख देंगे 1976 minus 1800 plus 90 will become 1890. You can try the calculation. I'll just show it to you. ठीक है, same value you have got. What I did was उसको 20 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया, 90 को ऐड कर दिया, माइनस 1980 बराबर 1890, सॉरी 1890, माय बैड गाइस. सो व्हाट विल आई गेट? f of 1990 क्या हो जाएगा? बराबर ना, कैलकुलेशन तो रॉन्ग नहीं ना कुछ. चलो 1990 माइनस गाइस कितना हो जाएगा ये? दिस विल बिकम 86 sure is equal to f of 1990, and this will become 1904 is equal to f of 1990. So देखो, when I took the value as 21, I got the value as this. Okay, you can directly cancel this also, that's not a problem. So you can directly, if you solve it, you'll get the same answer, that's not a problem. So I would prefer to solve this bracket, it will be easier for you. I've got 1904, 1904 आ गया. अब हम लोग 22 लेंगे, ठीक है. लेट्स टेक 22. अगर मैंने 22 लिया, all I have to do is I have to find the next value of f of 1990. Solve the f of 1990. तो 1904 मैंने find out किया. Next value with 22 you will find and tell me what is the value of when the value is 22. Once I get the value of 22, I'll substitute the value, and last में I have to add 1904 plus the value that you give me, and we will get the sum of all possible values of 1990. Now, how many of you have not understood this? It is confusing. It is not straightforward. Why not straightforward? Because देखो क्या दिया है, ये दोनों इक्वेशन को कंबाइन करके मुझे समझा है कि मुझे f of 1990 निकालना है. f of x की जगह 1990 डालना है. यहाँ पे भी दिया है f of x जैसा दिया है, मतलब x का वैल्यू इज 1990. वी सब्स्टिट्यूट हियर बाय स्टार्टिंग दिस रिलेशन. इसको मैंने ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर डाला, कैसे चमका ये देख के. तो यहाँ पे 19 है बट यहाँ पे 90 है. So I started with this, I divided by 90 and I got this equation. Has everybody understood this? So you will solve this and you will tell me the value. Okay, so start solving. So when you take 22, the value is 1994. And if I add both, what is the answer that I get? 3898. That is the answer. Okay, that is the answer. Next, everyone please write down transcendental functions. Second part, huh? Transcendental functions. Transcendental functions. Please write down. Functions that are not algebraic. Transcendental functions. Everyone please write down. Functions that are not algebraic. Functions that are not algebraic. Example: log, comma, exponential, comma, trigo, comma, inverse, comma, hyperbolic. Functions that are not algebraic, that is log, comma, exponential, comma, trigo, comma, inverse, comma, hyperbolic. hyperbolic. Let's start with the first part. We'll start the first part as exponential function. We'll start the first part as exponential function. अब exponential function कैसा होता है? How does it look? It is of the type y is equal to f of x is equal to a raised to x. It is of the type y is equal to f of x is equal to a raised to x. ठीक है, a raised to x or e raised to x. Okay, e raised to x. Where I will say that a is greater than 0. Okay, a is not equal to 0 ले लेंगे, a is equal to 0 ले लो. अभी अगर a का वैल्यू 1 हो गया, अगर a का वैल्यू 1 हो गया, say for example, if a is equal to 1, if a is equal to 1, it becomes a constant function. If a is equal to 1, guys, it becomes a constant function. तो a तो पॉजिटिव, हम पॉजिटिव लेंगे बेसिकली. अगर a पॉजिटिव है तो it becomes a constant function. तो बेसिकली a should be greater than 0 for exponential function. सुनो ध्यान से, a raised to x, e raised to x, 5 raised to x, 10 raised to x, 7 raised to x, 9 raised to x, 100 raised to x. Domain is going to be all real numbers. तुम x का कोई भी वैल्यू ले लो, तुम x का कोई भी वैल्यू लो, आई रिपीट अगेन, तुम x का कोई भी वैल्यू लो, तुम्हें आंसर आएगा. सो x का वैल्यू मतलब डोमेन फॉर एन एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन. अगेन ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. फॉर एन एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन, a raised to x, 5 raised to x, 6 raised to x, 99 raised to x, 36 raised to x, anything raised to x where a is greater than 0 is going to be an exponential function for a raised to x type, जिसका डोमेन रहेगा ऑल रियल नंबर्स. अच्छा, इसका आंसर क्या होगा? मुझे पता है कि एक्सपोनेंशियल का आंसर कभी नेगेटिव नहीं होगा, तो इट इज गोइंग टू बी पॉजिटिव रियल नंबर्स. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है? पॉजिटिव रियल नंबर्स, जीरो इंक्लूड नहीं होगा ऐसे, बिकॉज जीरो कब होगा? जीरो होगा माइनस इन्फिनिटी में. आई रिपीट अगेन, जीरो होगा माइनस इन्फिनिटी में. सो माई ग्राफ इज गोइंग टू लुक लाइक दिस. ओके, माई ग्राफ सबसे पहले when a is greater than 0, my graph is going to look like this. My graph is going to look like this. It's going to look like this, where a is greater than 0. This is the graph for y is equal to a raised to x. अगर x 0 डाल दिया, this is the point where x will become 0. So ये point है 0,1. This is minus infinity. This is plus infinity. और अगर मेरा ये पॉजिटिव है तो my graph, my exponential graph is going to go like this. और वो टच करेगा y को. कहाँ पे टच करेगा? इन्फिनिटी पे टच करेगा. If we touch it infinity, कहाँ पे अपने को दिख नहीं रहा है कहाँ पे टच करेगा, बट इन्फिनिटी पे टच करेगा. अब किसी ने बोला ठीक है, गुड, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बट समझो, imagine my y is equal to a raised to x. Imagine my a is between 0 and 1. My a is between 0 and 1. तो देखो मेरा ग्राफ क्या चेंज होगा. थोड़ा सा चेंज होगा ग्राफ. कैसे चेंज होगा? आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन दिस. My graph will become like this. This is the graph for, again, ये है मेरा 0,1. This is going to be my 0,1. This is minus infinity and this is infinity. ठीक है? This is for minus infinity and this is for plus infinity. Y is equal to a raised to x, where a is between 0 and 1. Minus infinity and plus infinity. So y is equal to a raised to x, where I know that a is from 0 to 1. It will be from 0 to 1 तक, and यहाँ पे when I put x का value 0, this will become 1. तो माइनस इन्फिनिटी से इन्फिनिटी पे एग्जैक्टली इसका इन्वर्टेड 180. इसको अगर मैंने टिल्ट कर दिया, ये इंक्रीजिंग फंक्शन है. सी दिस इज इंक्रीजिंग, ये इंक्रीजिंग होता है, और ये जो मेरा ग्राफ है ये डिक्रीजिंग है. ये इंक्रीजिंग है और ये डिक्रीजिंग है. ये है फ्रॉम हियर टिल हियर जाएगा, दैट इज 0,1, एंड ये नीचे से ऊपर जाएगा, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी फ्रॉम 0 to 1. समझे सब लोग को? एनी डाउट्स हियर? दिस इज माय एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन. नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज लॉगरिथमिक फंक्शन. Logarithmic function. Again, logarithmic and exponential are basically their inverse of each other. Now we start with the same pattern. Okay, I'll write y is equal to log x to the base a. Y is equal to log x to the base a. Y is equal to log x to the base a. Okay, here I know, see, y is equal to log x to the base a is like this, guys. ये फॉर्मूला है. log x to the base a is log x upon log a. सबसे पहले log a cannot be equal to 0, मतलब a cannot be equal to 1. अब एक 1 क्यों रहेगा पता है क्या? बिकॉज एवरी वन नोज दैट log 1 इज इक्वल टू 0. तो वो डिनोमीटर में है. log x to the base a is nothing but anything to the base is log x upon log a. Basic rule of mathematics tells us that denominator cannot be equal to 0. And since denominator cannot be equal to 0, log a cannot be equal to 0. Since denominator cannot be equal to 0, log a cannot be equal to 0. Therefore, a is not equal to 1. A will not become 1. ये 1 नहीं हो सकता है. 1 हो गया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. 1 हो गया तो log 1 हो जाएगा and log 1 will not be equal to 0. Has everybody understood this? Anybody has any problems? अब सेकेंड, x का वैल्यू मुझे पता है कि x कभी नेगेटिव नहीं होगा. x कभी नेगेटिव नहीं होगा. रिमेंबर दिस, x कभी नेगेटिव नहीं होगा. तो आई विल जस्ट राइट हियर इफ आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन दिस, आई विल राइट हियर दैट x शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 0. x नेगेटिव नहीं आ रहा है, मालूम पड़ रहा है. x इज रिलेटेड टू डोमेन. तो डोमेन समझता है कि डोमेन कैनॉट बी नेगेटिव, डोमेन कैनॉट बी 0. Hence for a logarithmic function my domain is going to be positive real numbers, क्योंकि डोमेन में जो भी log के बाद लिखा है वो कभी भी 0 नहीं होगा, वो कभी भी नेगेटिव नहीं होगा. तो my domain is going to be this. अब मेरा रेंज क्या होगा? रेंज, see when I tell you that this is exponential of each other, रेंज क्या होगा? and if I solve for range, range मतलब y का वैल्यू. Now if I explain this with respect to domain and range, let me explain this to you. Y is equal to log x to the base a, x is equal to a raised to y हो जाएगा. I told you guys that log and exponential are reciprocal of each other. अब मुझे बताओ, ये तो exponential बन गया, तो y का what all values can I put? I can put all real numbers, क्योंकि ये एक्सपोनेंशियल बन गया. और एक्सपोनेंशियल में यहाँ पे x था. एक्सपोनेंशियल का जो डोमेन था वो लॉग का रेंज बनता है. इफ यू कंपेयर, ध्यान से देखो, एक्सपोनेंशियल का डोमेन वाज ऑल रियल नंबर्स, रेंज वाज r प्लस, लॉग का डोमेन इज r प्लस, और रेंज क्या रहेगा? रेंज विल बी ऑल रियल नंबर्स. And hence we conclude that they are reciprocal of each other. So domain का exponential is range of log. Range of exponential is domain of log. Has everybody understood this? Let's make a diagram for this. कि log का ग्राफ में हमारा क्या फायदा होगा log के ग्राफ में. ठीक है. Now सबसे पहले हम लोग लेंगे a is greater than 1, and second part is a when it will be between 0 and 1, same like exponential case. So a is greater than 1 ले लिया. Say for example मैंने a का वैल्यू 2 ले लिया, तो my graph is going to be something like this. My graph is going to be something like this. देखो ये ऐसे रहेगा, ये ऐसे रहेगा ग्राफ. 1,0. अगर मैंने x का वैल्यू 1 ले लिया, log 1 is 0, तो y will become 0. This is when a is greater than 1. और guys, when a is between this, same graph but inverted हो जाएगा. सेम ग्राफ बट ये पूरा फ्लिप हो जाएगा. पूरा फ्लिप का मतलब होता है ग्राफ विल बी लाइक दिस. ग्राफ विल बी लाइक दिस. This is 1,0. So this is when a is greater than 1. This is when a is between 0 and 1. और फिर देखो, याद रखो, वापस बोल रहा हूँ, log है तो ऑब्वियसली log नेगेटिव नहीं होगा, तो a का वैल्यू 0 और 1 के बीच में रहेगा. Anybody has any doubts here? Exponential, and we'll write a remark. We'll take a remark here. Log and exponential are reciprocal or inverse, sorry, not reciprocal, inverse of each other. I repeat, log and exponential are reciprocal of each other. So this is a logarithmic function का graph along with domain range. This is transcendental का first part, that is exponential function का graph. If you pay attention to it, अगर मैंने exponential graph, ये देखो exponential है, exponential अगर log बना दिया साथ में तो इंटरसेक्ट नहीं करेगा, एकदम क्लोज जाएगा. देखो ऐसा ऐसा ग्राफ बनेगा, आई एम जस्ट शोइंग इट यू. वो ऐसा ग्राफ बनेगा तो एकदम क्लोज बनेगा और बीच में से एक लाइन पास हो सकता है. तो दिस इज जस्ट फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो दिस इज एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्राफ, दिस इज योर लॉग ग्राफ. एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्राफ एंड दिस इज योर लॉग ग्राफ. अब इसमें ना सर्टन रिमार्क्स है. नो, सर्टन रिमार्क्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. रिमार्क नंबर 1, if I start with remark number 1, if log x to the base a is greater than log y to the base a, दोनों का बेस सेम है, ठीक है. a पार्ट 0 less than a less than 1, where log is